My Favorite Game by Eric. My sister and I like to go scuba diving. One day we went diving near the Channel Islands in California. This is going to be fun. Ready to go? I was very excited because we were going to play my favorite game. It's called Find the Octopus. We swim around underwater looking for an octopus. The first person to find one wins. Octopuses are great at hiding. They can change their colors to match almost anything, even a rock on the ocean floor. Let's go into that cave. We decided to swim into an underwater cave. Lots of other animals were swimming around in there too. I spotted something moving on the wall of the cave, so I swam up close. It wasn't an octopus, though. It was a giant green anemone, waving its tentacles in the water. We dove deeper into the cave. I was sure there had to be an octopus down there somewhere. And I was right. I won the game. Can you see the octopus? There it is! Wow!
Did you ever have a friend who protected you? The spiny lobster has a good friend like that. Check out the fact book and write a story about why the moray eel and the spiny lobster are the best of friends.
Is there a bully in your neighborhood? Tell a story about a leopard shark who tries to bully all the fish in the kelp forest, until one day they decide not to take it anymore.
Tell the story of the very first time you went to the beach and discovered that it was littered with trash. Write a story about the time you played hide and seek with some underwater friends. I think a good place to hide would be a kelp forest. Tell the story of a ship's captain who claims to have seen a sea serpent. At first, no one believes him, but then... During the gold rush, a ship carrying gold sunk to the bottom of the ocean near the Channel Islands. Write a story about the gold you and your friends discovered there.
tell a story about a special rocky reef. Everything that lives there is green. Do you like merry-go-rounds and roller coasters? Want to go for an even better ride? Write a story about the time you went diving and rode on the back of a blue whale, the largest animal on Earth. Here's a riddle for you. What's a dollar you can find at the beach, but you can't spend? Give up? A sand dollar. I bet if you look in the fact book, you can find some great ideas for making up your own riddles.
My dog and I are best friends. We go everywhere together. Just last week, I took her diving with me and we found some old coins. And, well, you tell the story.
plants, and plant lookalikes. Algae. Most kinds of plant-like growth in the ocean are algae. Unlike true plants, algae have no roots or flowers. Some kinds of algae are so small you would need a microscope to see them. They may float in the water or form a slippery coating on rocks along the shore. Algae are important for giving off oxygen. They also serve as food for fish, snails, other ocean animals, and people. Certain medicines, soaps, makeup, and paints contain algae. Large algae are known as seaweed. One type of seaweed, the giant kelp, may grow taller than a 10-story building. Giant kelp grows in groups to form huge underwater kelp forests. Ocean animals use kelp for shelter. Seagrasses. Seagrasses are ocean plants. In the same way plants on land help hold the soil in place, the roots of seagrasses help keep underwater soil from washing away. Seagrasses produce small flowers. The ocean water spreads their pollen and seeds. Many fish, seabirds, and other ocean animals eat seagrasses. Others do not eat living seagrass, but they may eat dead bits of it that fall to the ocean bottom. Crabs, shrimps, and other animals feed on the ocean bottom where seagrasses grow. A type of seagrass called eelgrass grows in sandy or muddy places like bays, where the water is shallow and waves are gentle. Another seagrass, called surfgrass, grows on wave-swept rocky shores. Sponges. People once thought of sponges as plants, but they are really animals. Some sponges live 50 years. They spend their lives attached to rocks. Sponges do not have mouths for eating. Water flows through tiny pores or holes in their bodies. Little plants and animals flow in with the water. Sponges use them as food. Certain animals feed on sponges, but sponges can grow back lost parts. A sea slug called the yellow umbrella shell gets its color from eating the yellow sulfur sponge. The skeletons of some sponges are soft and can soak up water. Sometimes they are used as bath sponges. However, most sponges we buy are made in factories, not grown in oceans. Animals that look like flowers. The ocean animals pictured here look more like flowering plants than animals. Sea pansies and anemones are even named after flowers. Most of these animals attach themselves to rocks, posts, or the ocean bottom. They can't swim around to hunt for food. Instead, they use special body parts to sting small animals that swim near. Corals. Corals may look like plants, but they are actually colorful animals with hard skeletons. Most kinds of corals live in groups called colonies. They may fasten themselves together in a shape like a cup, dome, or branch. In warm waters, these colonies sometimes form a huge reef. The skeletons of dead corals form the base of the reef. Corals have mouths surrounded by tentacles or arms. To catch food, corals stun very small passing animals with stinging cells on the ends of their tentacles. Then they use their tentacles to push the food into their mouths. Sea squirts. Sea squirts are named for their habit of pumping water into their bodies and then squirting it out. The sea squirt gets bits of food from the water. Before it becomes an adult, a sea squirt looks like a tadpole. Adult sea squirts attach themselves to shells or rocks on the ocean floor. Adult sea squirts look more like plants than animals. Sea squirts can be low and round, tall and thin, or even shaped like elephant ears. A sea squirt called the stalked tunicate is wrinkled and orange-red. It pumps water in and out of holes at the tip of its stalk.
You